All right, so thank you. I will not keep you long because I know some of you are actually in the salons and you're working right now. So I just wanted to go over some of the new policies and procedures for this COVID process. And some of you are brand new to Great Clips, so welcome to Great Clips, and we're happy to have you. Some of you have been receptioning for quite a long time, and so this will just be a quick refresher for you. So I'm going to share my screen with you just so that I can go through this PowerPoint with you. If someone could just let me know if you can see it. Just give me a thumbs up or.
I can see it.
Perfect. And is it full screen and it says receptionist, hair traffic controller?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Rachel. Or Rochelle, I don't know. All right, so there are some different processes for the COVID-19, and so I just want to review that with everyone. Can everyone see the Welcome to Great Clips sign? Perfect. So it looks like I'm in the salon, but I'm not. That's just a background. I'm at home. But we are very happy to have you. Some of you are going to be new, and we're excited to have you on our team. And being a receptionist at Great Clips means so much more right now. So you are the face of our customer interaction first thing before they even walk in the door. So let's go through just some processes. Your managers will go into more detail with you when you're in salon. But I was in salon yesterday training my 16-year-old daughter to be the hair traffic controller. And there were a lot of best practices that I learned while I was there. So I'm going to go through your job description that is written as a hair traffic controller. There's also other receptionist duties that I'll review as well. So this person is the salon greeter and receptionist responsible for managing the customer traffic in and out of the front door of the salon and to make sure that the lobby remains empty. So this person will either stand or sit in a chair right inside the front door and greet customers and check them in. So what we found yesterday that worked really well, that's my daughter there, she's posing for the camera, is to have the iPad. In the hair traffic controller, it says to have maybe a pen and paper, but it worked better to have the iPad so that you could see the list and you could do all of that. And it actually worked better for her to go outside and greet customers, because every time a customer grabs the door handle, you now have to sanitize the door handle. So anything a customer touches, you have to sanitize as this person. So she was going outside to check in customers, and then when we called a customer, we would go outside and call a customer and then have them come in. So as a greeter, your primary job is the front desk area. So unless you have two receptionists on, will not be folding towels, sweeping hair, any of that. Your primary job is to remain at the front door, checking in customers as they go. First thing in the morning, when you're there, and I'll go over the process on how to check in customers as well. We started checking in customers about 15 minutes early. This seems to work pretty well. First thing in the morning, it's cooler outside. You can see that customers were actually just waiting outside. So in the morning, you will go outside the salon and start a list for the wait while the salon is getting set up and all of that. So you can ask them to just form a line. When we were there yesterday morning, they were already in a line and we just took the iPad down the line and checked everyone in. So that seemed to work the best. As you can see, she's wearing a mask. You will need to wear a mask at all times when you're in the salon. At all times, because a customer can see you if you're, in the back. Obviously, if you're sitting down to take a lunch break and no one's back there with you, you can take your mask off if you're not in the customer's view, but you will need to wear a mask. So I go back to that process because we all need to wear masks. Your customers will also need to wear a mask. So when you are checking in your customers, you're going to let them know where they're at on the list, how many people are in front of them, and what their estimated wait time is, and that they must have a mask before entering. We did provide the salons with the seafold towels and rubber bands to make masks. And so this salon had a few bags of those masks already made, and it's just a paper towel mask. And it worked really well because there was probably, I'm gonna say the majority of the customers did not come with a mask. And we don't want to give them our disposable masks because we don't have enough of those. So your manager will show you how to make those masks in the salon. And if you have any downtime, you can make those masks at the front desk. Please, please jump in if you have a question or any of this, but it will be pretty straightforward when you're in there, but I'm not gonna lie, it's hectic. There are a lot of customers standing out front, and most of them were 100% patient and respectful. So we wanna make sure that we are patient and respectful to them as well.
Dawnele, what are we telling the customers? Because I was off yesterday, but one of the complaints is the online check-in, it'll say like 180-minute wait. What do the receptionists tell the customers when the customer comes in because they're coming like an hour later or hour and a half and their name's kicked off? Because the online check-in doesn't seem to be working, but just because of the wait times and them not being on the list when they come.
Well, the online check-in doesn't kick them off. That the stylists have to do that. They're the ones removing them. So don't remove them. Just leave.
Don't remove them no matter what.
Don't remove
got
them.
it.
Leave them on the list. If they've been on there for an hour and a half or something, your receptionist can call them and ask them, are they coming in? Or if it's getting close to when they're going to be ready, like they're up at the top of the list, have the receptionist call them and tell them we're close to having you if you want to come down now. What we found was online check-in customers were not, they were there, they were in the parking lot, but they weren't physically checked in. So we just going top down on the list yesterday and calling people.
Okay, sounds good.
So if Cody's on the top of the list, we would dial up Cody's number and say, hey, you're at the top of the list. We're gonna be close, ready for you in 10 to 15 minutes. So that's kind of how it works. Don't remove people from the online check-in list. The online check-in will shut off once the wait list is too long. So you wanna make sure that you're, as a receptionist, you're going to have customers come up to the front door and say, you know, you didn't put me online, or it won't let me check in. And you're going to apologize that once the wait gets too long, we're unable to check in online. So I'm going to go back to greeting the customers here at the front door. It seemed to work best for them to go outside and do it rather than let customers come in. Once a customer came into the door and she tried to check them in there, other customers just kept coming into the door. So it's really important that you do this with every customer. And I know we have a mask on and it's uncomfortable, but you must say, hi, welcome to Great Clips. And I recommend you say, were you able to check in online? Not, did you check in online? So hi, welcome to Great Clips. Were you able to check in online? Because they may not have been able to check in online, and that will combat maybe some upset customers there. And you can assess that as they come in. So we still need to be using our Great Clips greeting with every customer every time when they walk in.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so my manager's been having me do the laundry and the combs. I'm not supposed to be doing that.
Sally has made it pretty clear that if you are the only receptionist there, they want you in the front taking care of the customer. So that
at all times.
Come. So what, at all times.
Okay.
When you have downtime and the laundry is done or something, you can go grab the capes and fold them up front.
Okay.
For them and all of that, but they should be doing their own combs and all of that. I was there helping, so it was like we had two receptionists, and so I was keeping the laundry going.
Okay.
I would say if you have downtime, you could do your sanitation in that, but as soon as you go back to do the combs and a customer tries to come in, there's no one there to greet them at the door. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know this is just, and it's just a temporary process. Once we are able to let customers come in the salon, then you're of course able to multitask and do other things.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So yesterday we had a pretty upset customer because he checked in online and obviously it was a pretty high wait. And when he got here, he noticed that we weren't doing the beard trims and stuff like that. He was pretty upset because that nothing was said online or the website or the ad that we're no longer doing those. And so that was his main reason for coming in. So he waited around all that time to not be able to get that service.
Yeah, we're going to have some upset customers. We had a couple yesterday. I think if we apologize to them, let them know that this is a temporary policy that we have in place, but it's for their safety and the safety of our stylists, and maybe just really apologize. Those of you that are managers on the phone, you can decide how you want to handle that. If you want to give them a discount for next time, or or something like that. So that is something that, as a manager, you can make that decision, or talk to your GM. I would hate to say you could do that and then your GM says you can't. But we are only providing haircut services right now. So no shampoos, no styles, no beard trims, no conditioning treatments, and no perms.
Okay, I was just wondering if that's ever just going to reflect online or on the app.
I don't know. I can ask if it can be requested, but because the states are all different, I don't know if they would be able to do that.
Okay, thank you.
But that's a good suggestion. The other thing that we're suspending right now, and this is in the hair traffic controller guidelines, in order to manage quick and efficient customer flow, if a customer comes in and requests a certain stylist, please let them know that we have their clip notes in the system and that all of their stylists can take care of them. But right now we're unable to accommodate requests for certain stylists. The other thing is the phone, because the phone rang yesterday nonstop. And so it's really important that you, Sally Bell has said this, you don't have to answer the phone right now. You want to have a phone available up at the front desk so that you can call the customer when we're getting close to being ready for them, but you're not required to answer the phone throughout the day. Yesterday, the salon ended up having 2 receptionists, so one of the receptionists did answer the phone as we went throughout the day, but you are not required to answer it right now throughout the day. We had no one upset that they couldn't request a certain stylist yesterday. They were totally fine with that. I think they just wanted to get their hair cut. And when things return to normal, you can let them know that they will be able to request stylists at that time. Same thing with the beard trims. When things return to normal, they'll be able to resume their beard trims.
Dawnele, I have a question.
Yeah.
In that situation where somebody is, wanting to request a stylist and we tell them we're not taking requests, what if they say that they're willing to wait, even if we're busy, and they're just so keen for that stylist? What do we tell them? What do we do?
I would just let them know we will try our best to accommodate, but we can't guarantee. Because what if the stylist gets off before they, and I would hate for a stylist to stay an hour or 2 later because they had to get to that customer. So
Thank you.
We will try our best, but we can't make any guarantees. Did you get the charger? Yeah. Okay. So my daughter is on her way to the salon right now. And one of the things that we notice for you managers that are on there, the iPad might die. So I just sent her with a portable charger so that when she's standing outside, it can charge while it's doing that. So that's just a quick tip for the managers on the call. So I just want to go back through that it is imperative that the hair traffic controller is at the front door and has customers checked in. waiting outside and that they are working that flow so that customers don't keep trying to come in. We were stopping customers from coming into the salon at all. So that just made things go a little bit easier. All right, so when you were not servicing customers, we had 2 receptionists on yesterday. So as you could see, Nicole in the blue is sanitizing the front desk. So periodically, when there are no customers or you have managed the list efficiently, you can see in that picture how many people are on the list, quite a bit. She is sanitizing the front desk and making face masks for the customers. So when you are making face masks for the customer, please ensure that you've washed your hands thoroughly for 20 seconds and that you are putting them in a Ziploc bag. And what Nicole was doing when she went out to get customers for the wait list was taking the plastic bag with the masks in it to call the customers. So she would go out and say, Corey, we're ready for you. And if Corey didn't have a mask, she was giving him a mask right then. You could also have them on hand when you're checking in customers as well. And then you can let them know that we have those temporary masks for them. And then I believe her name is Rebecca. I'm not quite sure. I'm terrible with names. But she was our second receptionist of the day. And so in between, once they had those, they would take turns who would be up at the front and who would be folding towels and all that. But you can see she brought it all the way out to a station to do so that she could be up near the front. So again, just try to stay near the front as much as possible. Both of them have a mask. You can wear any mask you'd like, a homemade mask, a mask that the salon provides for you, or you could bring in your own as long as it's cute and not vulgar and doesn't have any crazy sayings on it. So another best practice, those of you that have long hair, Nicole made the mistake of wearing her hair down. I would put it up. She was really hot because you're standing outside most of the time checking in customers. And so it will get nice and toasty out there, although it looks like it's going to rain today. Periodically through the day, anytime the customer checks the terminal there when they're paying with a credit card, you'll need to sanitize that with a barbicide, Lysol, or Clorox wipe. You will need to sanitize the door handle anytime a customer touches it, but there's other things in the lobby you can make sure are being done when there's no customers. You could be straightening the product shelves, you could be dusting them, you could be wiping down the chair rails, cleaning the windows, all of that so that you're up near the front of the salon. This is going to be for those of you that are new, there is a course in GCU on how to add customers to the wait list, but I'm going to do a quick review. You can see here we've got quite a few people on the list. This was close to noon yesterday, and it says that we have 147-minute wait. So we were letting customers know when they checked in that right now, she would start with, hi, welcome to Great Clips. Were you able to check in online? And then say, right now, our wait is close to 2 hours or 2.5 hours. And then they could decide if they want to be put on the list. If they get put on the list, we will call them. So as you get to the top, we'll call them. But the first thing you're going to do on the iPad is to, and I don't know if you could see my arrow here pointing at it, is to click on the plus sign to add a customer to the wait list. Can everybody see the plus sign? Helen, give me a heads up because I can see you on my screen. Okay. I can only see 4 of you, so.
Yeah, no, I can see it.
All right, perfect. So you will click on the plus sign and we will be asking for their telephone number. And if they have been in that salon before, their information will populate. So you're going to put in their 10-digit phone number and or their last name. And if they've never been there, you can click new customer here and enter in their information. As I was checking myself in yesterday, I had never been to that salon before, but I had been to a Great Clips salon. So once I put my phone number in, it populated with, have you ever visited this Great Clip Salon before? You're going to want to ask the customer that. Have you been to this location before? And if they say no, it'll search globally. And if they say yes, we're going to need to search for them using a different phone number so that we can have the accurate clip notes for them. Once I click no, global search results came up. Again, your managers will go over this with you. This won't be the only training you have for the information. So I was found in here. You can click on the customer's name and then click on the service that they're getting. You're going to need to click their name first and then the service that they're getting. And if they have an address in there, you want to verify the address. So if anybody wants to send me gifts, just kidding. I don't live there anymore. All right. And then they will be added to the list. Be sure to let them know what the estimated wait time and how many people are in front of them if possible. So, you know, you can scroll through the iPad to count how many people are in front of them. Because all these in blue are people that checked in online, it is really important that the stylists, when they call customers back, start from the top down. And you could just give a call to this Tyler who's on the top and say, Tyler, we are ready for you. Are you here at or near the salon? And if not, we can go to the next Derek. But let the customer know that right now we have a 147-minute wait. There are 16 people in front of you, and we will be with you as fast as possible. If you're not here, we'll call you on the phone. So because we're going to call them on the phone, we want to make sure we have an accurate number. Most of the time, the number is accurate in the POS, but if you ask them, is this a valid phone number that we could call you at? And they say no, you're going to want to write down their name and number so that we could call them.
So now I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday, on some of the customers, it had two different numbers, one at the top and like one by the name. If we're online calling, is there like a better, which is better to call, do you know?
Well, when you touch that, when you check them in, I would just ask them, is this the best number to call you?
No, like the online customers, sometimes
Oh,
I know
yeah.
different numbers, so I don't know if like the top one or is like a new one or.
Yeah, I don't know, because you can add multiple phone numbers.
Okay, I was just wondering.
I would just try them both if they're in there, if you don't get an answer on one. Believe me, it's been a really long time since I've been in the salon, so I was learning all of this myself along with the receptionist yesterday.
I have a question as well.
Yeah.
So when we're verifying their email address, are we just for security reasons gonna tell them their address, or are we gonna ask them to verify it for us?
It's already populated, or it may say ask customer.
Okay.
So you can say, okay, are you Dawnele? Are you still on 40th Avenue? And if
Okay.
they say no, you can update it. And if you don't have time to do that, don't worry about it. Really honestly, as we get closer to normal operation, we would want you to verify and update that, but it's not necessary. The
Okay.
most important thing right now is to make sure that that's a valid phone number to get a hold of them. So if you don't feel comfortable putting that in right now, we can do that when we get back closer to normal operations.
Hey Dawnele, I have a
Yes.
question.
Yeah.
If they are checked in online but haven't arrived to complete the check-in, do we still call them on the phone?
I would. If they're at the top of the list, I would. I would call
Okay.
and say, we are getting close to taking you back. Are you close to the salon? And if they say no, we'll just go to the next person on the list. And if they say, yes, I'm in the parking lot, then we can call them in.
Okay.
Good question. We called somebody at the top of the list yesterday and they were at Lake Pleasant waiting for their haircut. I'm like, well, that's interesting. Well, we'll be ready when you come in. It's a good idea. Also, you could call the online check-in customers as well. Let them know the estimated weight and as it updates and let them know they need a mask as well. If you have time. Yesterday, she did not have time to do that. So we do have a limited number of people that can be in the salon at one time. So if we have a parent and a child, that would be okay for the parent to come in and give instruction for the haircut. If the child is old enough, we're going to ask the parent to wait outside. If the child isn't old enough and the parent needs to hold him, that's okay. And if the parent would like to stay in the salon, they have to remain at least 6 feet away, which is really difficult because you have stylists in every other station, so they can't be on the cutting floor at all, and they could be in the lobby. The issue with that, though, then, is once a customer sees a customer in the lobby, they're going to want to try to come in. So just make sure that you're really monitoring that door if that happens. We only had one mom yesterday. She came in and gave instruction and then went back outside. So it really wasn't an issue yesterday. So your team leader will review how to tender a customer and how to group and ungroup families. So if you're up at the front desk and you're able to check out the customer for the stylist, but that's going to be up to the manager's process. If the manager wants you to check out customers, or if he or she wants the stylist to do that. So please check with them. That is a much easier process to learn in salon. All right, so other job responsibilities may include salon cleanliness and sanitation. However, your primary responsibility is to remain in the lobby and control the traffic. So there is a hair traffic controller. I don't know if you guys can see that because no, it just took my face off the screen. So there is a hair traffic controller job description that's in the COVID-19 comeback plan that your managers have in the salon. You can let them know that I told you you can stay up front. Not that they'll listen to me. I'm going to stop sharing this. Again, when there are 2 receptionists on, that will be the key. So first things first, I'm going to go back to just recap. You're going to greet every customer with "Hi, welcome to Great Clips. Were you able to check in online?" We're going to get accurate information for the customer so that we're able to call them. Let them know the estimated wait time and how many people are in front of them, and that they will need a mask to enter the salon. Stay up near the front. Make sure that you're cleaning and sanitizing anything the customer touches periodically throughout the day. And if you are going to do any folding towels, anything like that, get them and bring them up towards the front. It was pretty busy just standing at the door for her yesterday. Granted, it was a Saturday. So. Now there are courses. If you're new to Great Clips, we have a Great Clips University. So when you are in the salon, there are courses that you're going to take. How to clean and disinfect the store, barbicide, how to mix, how to check in and check out customers. And we would like you all to be barbicide certified and COVID-19 certified on barbicide. So please ask your managers about those courses because they have a list of them.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So I tried I did the COVID-19 certification for my house, and then I went to go on the GCU website from my house as Jody was sending me all of the certifications, and it said my email was not valid. So then she said, don't worry about it, we'll do it in the salon. So yesterday I was at the salon, and I was even on the iPad, and it said invalid. That it's saying my email isn't valid, it's saying my password isn't valid. So we even went to my email to like check, and I was like, see, I told you that's my email address. and and it shows my COVID-19 certificate on my email address. But when I go to do the Barbicide, it won't let me in.
You can actually go, Sarah, you can go to the Barbicide website and do it. And we don't need a copy of their certificate. We just want to know that you did it.
No, I went to the Barbicide website. It won't let me in. I did it at the salon yesterday. Me and Jody were sitting there for probably like 45 minutes.
Well, this is separate from GCU. You just go to barbicide.com on the browser. And
yeah, we did that, and we went to GCU. I can't get in.
Okay.
It's saying invalid email.
Have Jody call the help desk.
Okay, I'll tell her that tomorrow morning.
Because you'll need to update whatever they have is in there wrong, and they'll need to update it so you can take other courses.
Yeah, I know. I was doing the podcast yesterday from one of the stylists gave me their email, but I couldn't do any of the certifications because it would just go to her email.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Just have her call the help desk.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. What other questions do we have?
Are we done yet?
Are we done yet? We are very close. Are you getting ready to start your shift? Well, I really want to welcome all of you to Great Clips. I want to wish you the best, but please just know that you are the front line for our customers, and we want to be pleasant and understanding with every customer that walks in. And if you have a customer complaint, please don't hesitate to go back into the salon and grab somebody, one of your lead stylists or the manager or assistant manager, or really anybody, to come out and help you with that customer. You know, we don't want to have an angry customer out front, and we definitely don't want them coming in and being angry. So don't be afraid to go get help if you need it. That's the biggest thing.
I actually have another question.
Yes?
Is there a certain number of people that we should have standing outside, or?
We didn't run into that, Jordan. We didn't have anybody come out and say that we couldn't have a certain amount of people. So that's really going to be up to the property manager. So
Okay.
if the property manager comes in and complains that you have too many people waiting outside, then we would maybe need to put up some tape of where people can stand and say we can only have 3 people out here or something.
Okay.
Most of the time they wanted to wait in their car because it was hot.
All right. Makes sense.
Yeah. Or a few people went to Target, things like that.
All right.
Good question. Any other questions? What other questions do you have? Managers, do you have any questions on the process?
Oh, hi, it's Joy. I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to articulate this. Okay, how do we explain why we're not having anyone in the shop when, you know, they can be a certain amount in other places? Like, I was going to send people next door to the little restaurant bar next door. So I'm trying to understand how to tell the boys to articulate to the customer why there's no waiting in the lobby when, let's say that, you know, you're 6 feet apart or you're blah, blah, blah. So what do we say?
Good question. Just let them know per the governor's guidelines that we don't have more than 10 or 11 people in the salon at one time.
Okay. Yeah, I forget that you guys have so many more people than we do. You know what I mean? Stylists and stuff. So
Yeah.
just
yesterday we got up to about 12 people in the salon, so I left. But
okay, I gotcha.
So yeah,
okay,
if you really want to try to keep it around. I wasn't cutting hair though; I was just running around. But you want to keep it, you know, really under 12 in there, because it does get really congested. And like I said, I had said to the manager yesterday, I said, well, if this customer can come and wait in here, then we'll be ready for them. And on Friday when they opened, they tried that. But as soon as customers saw people in there, they just wanted to wait inside. So
right, of course. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Did I mute?
All right. Anyone else? I know it's a quick run through, but please ask your managers if you guys have any questions. You could also email me, or you could even call me if you have questions. So your managers, my number, I gave it to all of them.
Thank you, Dawnele. That was really helpful.
All right, good. Thank you. Again, that piece of paper is in that COVID plan, so if you want to post that. And good luck, everyone.
Thank you.
It's fun. Customers are very generous.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
You guys have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day to any moms.
Happy Mother's Day, Dawnele.